USA Survival, and I got a new gift that I'm going to unbox with you today. It's an evergear product. A wireless automotive light control system. Can control up to 8 different lights remotely with up to 50 feet of range from a remote control. Let's unbox this. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's like a garage door remote. What do we got? We got a green strip and a blue strip. Different amperages, 1.5, 3.5, 5, and 20. So this could sustain, well, 8 different wattage of lamps and also give us the performance we need. So I'm gonna guess if we have like a 40-inch bar, needs more output, we can probably give that 20 amps. And if we got a couple of cube lights, we're at the 1.5 to 3.5 amps. That's not bad. I have to read the instructions on all the other things though. Oh wow, look at that. An SOS button. Could end up looking like a police car. Maybe more an ambulance. We'll see. Gonna enjoy wiring this bad boy up. The wiring is quite thick. What do we say? Let's have a look. There's 2 there. What's that? Maybe 16, 14 gauge on the ground. And then 2 again of the same for the positive. And some fuses. 2 30-amp fuses. Not bad. And the control box. It's got a bit of weight to it. Not bad. Ooh, as he throws it. It's not bad. What are we looking at? Chinese made. 10 to 28 volts. Maximum 60 amps. That's not too bad at all. And then you've got basically screw connectors. Screws on the top. Into positive and negative bayonet or screw connector for power and ground. I'll read up a bit more about this. I'm gonna guess there's probably relays in here because the instructions said that you just directly put the lights cables into these positive and negatives, and then the remote control turns this on. So on the instruction side, we have 3M tape and even 2 more spare fuses and a couple of locating screws. Oh, I never noticed. On the sides there, you can mount the box to a firewall or bulkhead, or you could stick it somewhere on a flat surface. Well, the instructions are pretty straightforward. Power and ground to a battery, securely locate and mount in the, I'm guessing for us it'll be the engine bay, and then attach your wires to the positive and negative connections. And the keypad itself, so pressing the buttons 1 through 4, depending on the color, will turn on the lights that you have on your vehicle. You've got an SOS function. Oh, look at that. So the all button, if you hit the all button, you can, where did I miss that? Sorry, toggles on, off all of the output terminals. So there's a one touch. So if you put in 3 or 4 lights on, and you want to show them all off together, you hit the all button. I like that. That's kind of cool. And then positive and the negative, increase the output power of the selected terminals, long press the key. Glare. Long press the key for up fast and long press the key for down fast. And then there's a pairing for the remote to the unit. I'm looking forward to putting this in the truck. It's going to help out. So, other than the installation, unboxing looks really good. I'm kind of impressed with the whole thing. I do have a key fob system on Oasis, and that does put our rear lights on, our internal fan, our underbelly lights, and a light in the hood portion of the kitchen. And I kind of really like it a lot because when we're backing the trailer up, even with the reverse camera on there, I can flip the remote light and I can put the reverse lights on the back of the trailer. So I'm looking forward to this because this system is going to be kind of cool for us in the way of turning one set of lights on or both sets of lights on, because I did upgrade the lights on the Fred 2.0. I got rid of the fog lights that were on there, the auxiliary LED fogs, purely because the light bulbs started to fail. They were a cheap $20 Amazon special set of lights for two. I've taken them off and I've put now an evergear 13-inch mixed light bar on. And then I have the rigid spotlights as well. I wanted to run everything off of the high beam, but even though I added a relay, the low power side output to the high beam lights on Fred, the Ford relay started to buzz, even with the relay system that I put on there. So I'm going to take that relay system out, and I'm going to have these independently wired to the battery, and we can then turn all of them on and off. So I think this is going to be a good solution. I am looking forward to installing this. Pretty much all the wires in Fred are run for the lights because they're already in place. All I got to do is revert them over to the passenger side and install them to the box and then pair this device up. So let's get on with it. The install went flawlessly. I mounted it on top of the battery with Velcro. That's what it came with. It's two fuses 30 amp and one connection to the battery positive, and then one negative with a spade connector to here. I connected it to the green section, which gives me 4 lights on this side, and I get 4 lights on this side. So there is plenty of room to upgrade lighting system. Why did I put it on the battery? The hood has a dome in it. You can just see the dome here, and it fits over the battery and the remote panel easily. So there's no rubbing or damage to the hood or the battery system. The wiring I ran pretty much straight across. I took this cover off and then I ran it down. Bit of a mess right there, but that's cable tied from the previous system that I had. You have to be careful when you're rigging it up because these are the radiator flaps, so they move automatically. So I had to pull it back a bit, and I cable tied it to the very top along here. The neoprene cover is an evergear cover for the 13-inch light bar. Can't see my license plate there. It can be seen from the front, but if you're slightly looking up, this could be a legal problem. I'll have to figure that out as and when, I think. But I'm pretty impressed with the install. I like it a lot. Very simple. To mount the box is literally 5-10 minutes when you've got your tools, and the rewiring of the lights, half an hour max, because my power supply before and my grounds were all over on the driver's side. So I've moved that all the way over to the passenger side. I hope you like this review of the installation of the evergear remote auxiliary light system. Again, you can buy it from Princess Auto. It's a Canadian company, and it is what, $90 plus tax, unless you can find them anywhere else. So guys, I did mount the remote control in my sun visor panel, or I should say my center sun visor panel, and because they're on 2 and 3, they should be easily accessible and then hit all. This is a solid mount. The bracket did not fit over the sun visor. I did break the bracket. This piece right here did snap right there. I took it back to Princess Auto and they replaced it. And after that, I came up with this mount. It slid right in, and I got a bit of Velcro on the back just to hold it in place to stop it from moving. So that's the installation of the remote. The nice thing about it is the steering wheel high beams are here, so I can drive with my left hand, and I can hit the high beams here for my main lights, and then my auxiliary lights I can use my right hand to hit the remote control. So this is the operation of the lights with the remote. This is not a review of the light bar. This is just the review of the remote control. I have the remote control in front of me, and we have programmed position 2 and position 3. I will click position 2. Sometimes there is a bit of a delay, and that is going from the remote to the wireless antenna of the device to turn the lights on. So if I press button 2, you see the red LED acknowledgement. Press it again. If I press button 3, now if we put them both on, as you saw there, the red LED flashed but no light came on. So button 3, button 2, so we've got both lights on. I can press the all button, which is right here, turn them both off. I can also hit the all button and they turn on. Now the SOS button, which is this button right here, three dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots, and that is a repeat, and that is a cyclic repeat loop. And to turn it off, they're off, and that is all the lights. So now if I press them all on, I'm not sure if it can focus on the tailgate. No, it's too blurry, so I'm going to pull it in around here. If I press the positive or the minus, the intensity will increase or decrease. We're at full intensity right now. If I press and hold it, the intensity reduces, and that is it to the end. And if I press the positive, to its full intensity. You may ask, why would you want to adjust your intensity? For me, that's a great idea and a great solution to a problem when I've pulled into camp. Maybe I've got my lights on to help me walk around campsite, set up the trailer, pitch a tent, set some guy ropes for a tarp or something like that, and the lights are way too bright. So now I can reduce the intensity and I can have working light without having to lock up all the time and getting blinded in the eye by a super high rigid cube light and a 13-inch LED light bar when they're both on together. Yes, people will say, well, turn one off, turn one on. That's fine, but maybe I want all my lights on to show me everything that's going on around, but I don't want to be blinded by everything. So I get the option now of having high intensity, low intensity, or even middle intensity around my campsite, which I think is a wonderful idea. Go in again with the on, off, all, which is great. So if I'm driving along on the highway and I've got the mixed LED light bar on and my spots on, I can kill them all in one go, and I can turn them on in one go. or if the weather, you know, determines that it's too bright or just fog on the road or whatever, I can have one on without the other one and I'm not going to be blinding myself. So that's a quick review of the remote control. I hope you find that informative. Survive to be alive.